Welcome to Wickerson Studios. I'm trying to learn, obviously, the KUKA robotic PRC, and I'm drawing from Carl Singlein's files, so I'm not really handing them out, but I am souping them up because I'm cutting and pasting. I know I'm not programming the most efficiently, but I figured why not bring in a couple of robots if you can keep them from colliding. Of course, they have problems with colliding with themselves, and there's a few issues here that I don't have the certain tool frames files when I bring them in, so I have to build my own geometries to my tool frames. And I don't mind doing that. Basic grasshopper is really what you need for that. So I basically build this little wire tool, just symbolic of that. And I've run these through two different robots, one big, one small. And I have a really nice graph mapper, which came out of his scripts for changing surfaces and changing the curves that drive the surfaces. So you can see here as I change it, I can thin it out, I can warp it, I can throw it in and do some really nice fattening. I've got it in the positive and the negative, so just a little bit of math to drive these geometries. And then I don't have it on a place simulation, but I could take it through a 0 to 1 with lots of decimal places and throw it through an animation frames, and you see that both of them go. Of course, they have their own collision factors. You probably wouldn't want to do this with two expensive robots, but I have one, and you see that that one's bending up. I must have switched the negative. Yeah, I did something to have it come in from the bottom, and that's not going to work. So there's a problem, and that's because I was playing with surface edits with one of these, this one. There you go. I think it fixed it up. Hang on. Let me see if I can ripple that out. If I could take that up higher on this end, it might solve it, and just pull this one up. That might solve my difference. Let's see if it works again. There's still going to be some collisions, but you know, it's better to play this way than get in there. And the whole thing is it doesn't matter if I have collisions because I'm going to let the human error kind of fix that. My sole goal. Whoa, where's this one going? Starting low and coming in the bottom side. I must have done something to really change it. And I know what I did. I went in and I tried to transform my geometry here and take it in a positive and negative direction in the y-axis. And I shouldn't have done that. So I'm just going to cut that out. So a little bit of geometry, playing around with the math, and you've got to figure out how to do it. Let's see if it runs nicely this time. And we'll try it one more time. And I don't expect people to really follow these as tutorials. It's really just for the sake of interest and where creatively you would go with this. So I think this one will work. I've got a really nasty twist on that one. And as it comes in and tries to torque around the small one and the long one, you can also throw it into all these maps and see what's happening as it follows. So really nice little stuff. My goal is to take this and take the final geometries into something like KUKA, an AR, foldogram AR. So you can take somebody with very little skills carving with a hot wire tool. You can make these with a HoloLens into augmented reality that can kind of follow and test. I guess what I'm going to do here is just take my top simulation and throw that one through and animate just to see how that one goes. Oh, I got both of them still on. Anyway, we'll watch it one more time, I guess. And if you did have a big piece of styrofoam, and this is going to slowly transfer into skill saws and chainsaws, but we're going to start pretty simply. But I think because I'll never be able to afford a KUKA robot, I certainly can have some creative augmented reality studies for people to generate artworks. And of course, this tool isn't really one that I'd use with sand molds or into metal casting, but I am going to run the gambit of opening all the files that are really well provided for in the samples, from checking collisions to drawing, engraving, hot wire cutting, and then I'll get into a param tool, a pick and place, and a simple path. And pick and place will probably be something where students can work with the green sand molds or the sand resin molds to actually make shapes and forms. And hopefully I can get my kids at their young ages interested in augmented reality, interested in VR or AR robots, and definitely in the sand molds and into casting metal. So we'll keep going at Wickerson Studios and see where this tends to lead. Thanks very much for watching.